Welcome to DTU Studio and to this podcast series where we continue to interact with distinguished people associated with the history of our university. We are honored to welcome Professor Shail Bala Jain, a distinguished academician and researcher whose career has been devoted to excellence in engineering education and research. Professor Jain obtained B.Sc in Electrical Engineering from Delhi College of Engineering in the year 1968, M.Tech in Electronics and Communication Engineering from IIT Delhi in 1970 and Ph.D. in Electronics and Communication Engineering in the field of Digital Signal Processing from Delhi University in 1997. From July 1970 till 2003, she was a faculty in the Department of Electrical Engineering, Delhi College of Engineering, teaching various courses at UG and PG levels. From year 2003 till 2013, she was Professor and Head, Electronics and Communication Engineering Department at Indira Gandhi Institute of Technology, GGSIP University. From 2012 to 2015, she worked as Academic Advisor, Academic Affairs at Indira Gandhi Delhi Technical University for Women at Kashmiri Gate. She has guided 10 students for their Ph.D. degrees and has several papers in reputed journals to her credit. She has been awarded with the Distinguished Alumnus Award by the Alumni Association of the Delhi College of Engineering and with the Best Researcher Award by the Indira Gandhi Institute of Technology. She is a Fellow of IETE and Senior Member of IEEE. She is also the first girl to graduate from Delhi College of Engineering. She has co-authored 2 very famous books for engineering students, Linear Integrated Circuits by New Age International Private Publishers and Electronic Devices and Circuits by PHI Learning. At present, she is an adjunct professor at the Faculty of Technology, Delhi University. It's really a privilege for us to have her with us today. Thank you so much, ma'am, for being able to join us today. It's really an honor for us. So, ma'am, starting off with the questions, like I said that you were the first girl to graduate from Delhi College of Engineering and, the time we are talking of is 1968.
60s.
So, 1960s, that was a time when girls would not really choose a profession like engineering. So, how come did that happen? Can you tell us something about that, please?
Yashna, first of all, I am very happy and thankful to you for inviting me here. I am feeling very proud to be at my alma mater today.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, you are right. In those times, girls hardly took engineering as a profession. In fact, I also wanted to become a doctor. I never thought of engineering as my future. I was very highly impressed, fascinated by white coat and stethoscope. So in the childhood, I always used to say I will become a doctor. But somehow, I belong to a Jain family. So there, ahimsa is considered to be the prime thing. Right. And my father, and mother probably did not want that I should go to medical as a profession because they were thinking that I will not be able to tolerate blood and do dissections, etc. Yeah. Well, then, we also had a lot of engineering atmosphere at home. Now, my one brother was a mechanical engineer. Now, one brother was pursuing his B.Tech program from IIT Delhi. So, I also insisted that if I have to do engineering, then I will go to IIT Delhi only. But my parents were adamant that they don't want to send me to the hostel, and therefore, finally, Delhi College of Engineering was the choice. So, I joined Delhi College of Engineering in 1963. When I joined, in fact, I had no idea that I will be the only girl at that time. In fact, my mother had gone to deposit the fees, and there was an administrative officer was Mr. Atri. So he told my mother, आप जानते हैं कि ये सारे कॉलेज में इकलौती लड़की है और अगर दिल्ली के लड़के बहुत शरारती हैं, ये इसको एक दिन भी नहीं टिकने देंगे. And my mother said कि आप फीस ले लीजिए, बाकी इसके फादर आकर के इन चीज़ को देखेंगे. तो I am very happy and proud of my parents who took such a bold decision that they sent me to Delhi College of Engineering even though I was the first girl. Now I also want to share that in my board examination, Delhi Secondary Board of Examination, I did it from multipurpose. There were about 7 schools of multipurpose education. In multipurpose school, you know, they were teaching one third language, Urdu and Punjabi, Urdu or Punjabi. And besides this, there used to be one extracurricular activity. Either you take leather work or you take gardening. So I learnt these things also in the multipurpose. So in the board examination in 1963, I topped in the multipurpose education schools. So on the basis of that, I also obtained a scholarship, national scholarship for 5 years to do my engineering in Delhi College of Engineering.
That is so wonderful to know, ma'am. So many things that we actually didn't know about, you've told us about. And I think you're really an example because, even now, although the percentage of women have increased, we see more girls now in engineering, but still the percentage is very less as compared to the number of boys we see in the classes today.
Yeah.
So I would say, this is for our audience to learn that, in 1960s, ma'am did engineering, so this should be a source of motivation for all the girls who are watching, our podcast today. And one more question on the same lines that I wanted to ask you was that you were the first girl student and you are the first girl student. That is something that's etched forever in the history of DCE.
Yes, very
so
true.
how does it feel like to carry that milestone with you? How does it feel?
Yeah, I feel very special, at times.
Yes.
And when I joined, first year was of course a little difficult and tricky because there were no females. Actually, in those times, there were only 3 females in the entire DCE. One was in the library, and one was in the admin block, and one there was Miss Jeevan, who was attached to our HOD Professor R.C. Narayanan. So she was sitting in the electrical block only. So I used to be very shy and reserved also. Now I will usually enter the classroom from the back door and sit down at one of the benches. Now 210 room number is very exclusive type of lecture theatre. It had very sloping, it was sloping, and benches were so big that one bench could sit 5 students at least, and there was a big blackboard and a dais. It was a very unique experience for us from school to the college. Now you see, we had one Professor A.K. Puri, who taught us chemistry. Now when he came to the class first time, he announced in loud words, this is the first time that in the history of Delhi College of Engineering a girl student has joined.
Oh my God, what an honor, what an honor.
And
Amazing.
therefore, she should be allowed to sit on the first bench in my class.
Great.
So, in that class at least, I was sitting in the first bench, but after that, the students would change.
Right.
I had to change sometimes.
Right. So, ma'am, that's so good to know, and I can just imagine, the rare honor that you would get sitting in a class where you are the first, you are like the groundbreaker basically.
Yeah.
So, it's wonderful to know. And ma'am, like you said, in the first year things were a little bit tricky.
No, there was one more thing I like to share.
Sure.
When I was second year, then one girl joined in civil engineering department, but somehow she left after 1 year. Then again next year, one girl, Miss Rajni Verma, joined in the mechanical engineering department. So when I was in third year, then I had company. So even in second year, of course, I had company, but she was there to stay. And at the same time, in that year, one teacher in maths department, Miss Sushma Gupta, joined. I was told later that she was intentionally taken as a teacher because now the girls have started coming into the college. So by second, third year, I was more comfortable in the classroom. Actually, because some students were my batchmates in the practical class. We used to have a group of 4 students or something like that. So there, now I was becoming friendly with the students, and things were becoming better for us. And we were 3 ladies, and after that, one or two girls were joining practically every year.
That actually gives us a snapshot, it gives us a glimpse of that time, which we cannot imagine right
Yeah.
now, that how difficult it must have been. Like you said, 3 or 4 women across the entire campus, including students, administrative officers, faculty, everybody included. So
there
that's
was one
really
big
rare.
problem we used to face, especially when I was in first year, there were no ladies washroom.
Oh my
So
God.
that was a very big problem for us.
Yeah.
Then Ms. Jeevan suggested that I should use the faculty washroom. So it
Wow,
used
so
to be
it's
sometimes
a
embarrassing.
full transformation
Yeah,
that was actually
that,
needed, and we are so glad that you are sitting here with us, because you are the person who brought about that
Yeah.
transformation. So I think you are the role model for all the women who actually came into engineering after you. So that's wonderful to know, ma'am. And any special memories you have from that time about any peers or maybe faculty members who were supportive or helpful in their own way, we would like to know.
I have two special memories in the college time. These were the educational tours, we had to go.
Yeah.
First tour was for Bhakra Nangal Dam. So my parents straight away refused that you are the only girl, so we cannot send you for the tour. I had to play a lot of emotional drama, cry, and then finally they agreed. It was a short tour for 2-3 days. So there, we stayed in Punjab Engineering Boys Hostel, and I was sharing my room with one my professor and one foreman in the department. So it was a little awkward situation for me. And at the same time, I can't forget the time, when in the night time I had to go to the washroom. Washrooms are very, very far off from my room. And I usually almost, used to run, from my room to the washroom and come back. I was so scared.
Right.
That feeling still, sometimes I remember, and then I get shivers,
Yeah. So, ma'am, I think from what you said, I would like to take a minute and I would like to tell my audience, and not just for the girl students or in general for anybody who's trying to take on something new. I think I have to tell their parents also, taking example from what your parents did for you, that sometimes in life things may seem like this is impossible, this is so out of what is the normal, but then having the courage that we have to do it, and that is what actually creates a full transformation in the society.
Now there is one more thing, we after that was not the only tour. We had a educational tour for 20 days.
Oh wow.
That was for all India. It was an all India educational tour. So we had gone to Bombay, Calcutta, Madras, and Haridwar. We visited many places at that time. And the best part was that, during this tour, we did not stay in any hotel or any hostel. We were staying in the bogie itself for all the 20 days.
Wow, how exciting is that?
That was very exciting and very different experience, that we were staying in the bogie all the time. That was used to be parked in the yard, and in the morning we will go to the waiting halls, get ready over there, and then come back, then visit the factories, etc. In the night we will come back again and sleep over there. In this tour also I could do with lot of problem, because it was a long tour, so my parents never wanted to send me to this tour. But then two of my batchmates, they came to my house and told my parents that they will take care and they should not worry. So that was also a very memorable tour for me.
Right. I think that is so exciting to hear. I'm feeling that, tours right now, they are way less exciting than this one. If we could have, such kind of
I think the tours must be going now also.
Yes,
this
the
is in
tours
the
are happening.
Educational
Yes. So they
curriculum.
have industrial tours and educational tours, but I'm sure they're not as exciting as this. They are more like, they'll stay at a hotel or some place and they'll do it. Are there any professors or peers that you especially remember, or who were especially supportive in your journey? We would like to know.
Yes, of course, there are many professors whom we cannot forget. They were very sincere and hardworking and very dedicated professors we had all the time. Now, in fact, after my B.Tech, I first did M.Tech from IIT Delhi.
Right.
Then I also joined Instrumentation Limited Kota for a few months. After that, in 1972, I joined back DCE as a teacher, as a lecturer.
Right.
So, in fact, all my teachers, they were kind of colleagues, very respectable colleagues of mine. Some of the professors I remember very well, is Mr. Palta. He was from the maths department. He had a very loud voice and a command in maths. Then we had Mr. Professor Kapoor. He was teaching us humanities. And then there was Professor R.S. Sharma, Professor Agarwal. They were from the maths department. Then from our electrical department also we had Professor R.C. Narayanan, who was our HOD as well. Professor Doshi was there. Then there was one Professor Krishnamurthy, who taught us, electronics, transistors. Transistor was just one chapter in our curriculum. During my curriculum, we were studying tubes only, vacuum tubes. And transistor was just one chapter.
Wow, so, that is so.
Then there were professors from the mechanical department. Professor Shastri was there. Now, I also can share here one thing, that when I was in final year, then we had only electrical branch. I was in the electrical branch. Now, but in the syllabus, it was written that in the final year, electronics and communication can be taken as an option. But we had no faculty at that time. That was in 1967. So we didn't have any faculty. So the department was not offering us electronics and communication. So there were some about 20-30 students in our batch of 70 that they wanted to take electronics and communication. So our HOD said that I don't have any teacher. If you can bring some teacher to me, then we will start. Then some of my classmates, their father was in the NPL. So the two teachers were organized from there. One was Professor Kailash Chandra and one was Professor Ram Kumar. So they taught us microwaves and communication. So this is how, from our batch, the specialization in electronics and communication started.
Wow, this is so interesting to know, ma'am. I mean, I think we are almost going to complete 50 years now in the Department of Electronics and Communication next year. And this is such a revelation. We have no idea about how, at roots, how did things start off, So this is so wonderful to know.
Incidentally, my son has also done B.E. Electrical Engineering from DCE only.
Wow, that's great. That must be such an honor for him to be in the same college where you stand as a stalwart.
I used to feel very proud of this fact.
This is really,
always felt very
great.
proud.
So, ma'am, I would like to tell the audience as well that your connection with DCE is not just as the first girl student who graduated from DCE, but rather the more important one right now is that you were associated with the history of DCE as a teacher, as a faculty member for more than 30 years.
Yes.
So what kind of connection do you feel with the institution? We would like to know from you.
Well, my connection with the DCE is more than imagination, one could imagine. Now, especially with the old campus. Actually, you see, for 5 years I was doing my B.Tech BE program, and then I joined DCE from 1972 to 2002. So I was there for a very long time in the old campus. Then, again in 2002, I came back to the old campus because I joined IGIT, Indira Gandhi Institute of Technology, which was under GGSIP University, and that was at the old campus. So there again I was staying from 2002 to 2015. Although I retired in 2012, but then in 2013 IGIT got converted into a full-fledged women university, Indira Gandhi Delhi Technical University for Women. So I was working as an academic advisor in IGDTUW. So all in all, I was in the old campus for 50 years.
That's a long period.
That's a very, very long period. And in fact, it was, I used to always feel, that I was the only girl in this campus only in 1963. And now, and now there is a full-fledged university for women in the college.
That is in itself, and it's all credit to you because, somebody took the first step and it just shaped into a reality. That's so wonderful.
Actually, old campus DC is in my blood, And in fact, I would like to tell you that at many times earlier, when I was in the old campus, I would their dreams also of old campus.
50 years is a
50
really,
years is
really
a
long
very
time.
big time
That's right,
to be
that's
in a
right.
campus.
I mean, all I can say is that we are so proud, so privileged that we have you
Not
with
that
us
I
here
am not
today.
attached to the new campus,
Right,
because when we came to the new campus, it was very lucrative to look at the new campus.
Yes,
It was so huge.
Yes.
There was so much of greenery over here.
Right.
So it was much different than the old campus, but on the whole,
Yes, absolutely. The
new
roots,
campus.
the roots
my roots
are
were in the
there.
new campus.
Right,
Roots were in the new campus.
Right, ma'am. So, ma'am, over the years, like you said, your association, as a faculty member, more than 30 years, as a student for 5 years, and still ongoing in a mentorship capacity. So, I would like to know from you that, over the years, what changes have you seen? Like a lot of cultural changes have come about, a lot of development has happened. So, what's your take on it? What kind of observation do you have?
Well, definitely there has been a lot of changes. When we were at the Kashmiri campus, it was a cozy, compact. I think there were 8 buildings. One was electrical block, civil block, library. Then we had a humanities department, mechanical engineering department, 2 hostels east and west, and 1 auditorium. So in fact, if I stand anywhere, even in the rectangular lawn, which was in the center, we could see the entire college. So it was and we were a very close-knit family over there. Mostly, everybody knew each other, and there was a lot of respect and regard among all the faculty members and the junior staff. And the students were also, our students were definitely very nice during those days. Now, then at that time there were only hostels for the boys. There was no girls' hostel in the old campus. And but not that, there was a lot of growth also going on. Continuous growth was going on in DC. There was a time, I told you earlier, that we were teaching tubes to the students, vacuum tubes. But now, over the time, things had changed. Now transistor, we were teaching transistor, then ICs, linear ICs, digital ICs, microprocessor, computer. Yes, the first computer we got in the old campus, that was, a huge box. This much was the size of the computer, and that was housed in a glass room in library. Library was vacated from the ground floor, and it was shifted to upper floor, and in the ground floor, computer center was made. So it was so exciting for everyone that when first computer came to the department,
of course,
that was really awesome period during that time. Now, of course, over the years, lots of changes took place, and there was continuously, we were growing, and M.Tech program was started at old campus only by all the departments. Lots of conferences were being held. So not that that in DC we were stagnant. There was a continuous growth taking place in DC. But of course, when we came to the new campus, there was more scope of growth, and it was very big space we had, and there was possibility of growing in all the directions. And in 2009, when DC got converted into autonomous university, then I think lot of growth has taken place in DC. Now, in my times there were only 4 branches: electronics and communication, electrical, mechanical and civil. But now, I understand there are almost 14 B.Tech branches, and we had only 1 program in M.Tech in our department. There now I am told that there are about almost 23 M.Tech courses are going on. Lot of emphasis in the research also. In my time, we were not doing much of research. Now, but over the period, I found that all the colleagues, they were all doing research either through IIT or Delhi University. So, in fact, I also did not do my Ph.D. for a long time. I was 45 years of age, I was busy in handling, kids and their education, home front. So I thought that would be sufficient. But then, I found the competition going on that everybody has to do Ph.D. if you want to rise in the profession. So then I joined Ph.D. in the very new topic. Digital signal processing was introduced at that time only. And I started taking first of all classes, and then I did my research. with Professor S.C. Datta Roy from IIT Delhi, Professor B. Kumar from DIT. DIT was our neighboring institute, and Professor A.K. Sinha from our college. So, in my time, how many students were there? There were about 1,000 students in all in the college, or maybe it must have risen a little more. But in the new campus, now there are more than 10,000 students are in the. So there has been colossal, I would say, change in the entire thing. Now there are so many new buildings have come up, new academic blocks have come, research laboratories have come, incubation centers have been opened, and there is very good hostel facilities now. Boys have a multi-storied hostel, girls also have a hostel facility, which were not in our times. So there has been a lot of changes that has taken place.
I think, ma'am, you're absolutely right that in terms of the opportunities that were available at that time, the infrastructure that was available at that time and now, there's a huge difference. And I think I want to tell all the audience, specifically our students, that they should take example from you. That how you said that at 45 years you thought that I'll do a PhD now, and you did it. So when you have determined to do something, really there's no nothing is impossible. Everything is possible. You just need to make a good start and just go for it. So
there was one more thing that I want to share that is very interesting actually. During the rainy season, that central ground we had over there, central lawn, it used to become full of water. Then hundreds and hundreds of monkeys used to come from Jamna Bazaar, and they would start playing in that lawn. We all used to stand in our corridors and watch them. That was very interesting sight. In fact, the college had employed 2 langurs to take care of those monkeys. They were regular employees of DC.
Wonderful. This is great to know, ma'am, and we would like to tell you that the monkeys have not left us.
Achha.
They are still here.
They are here also. Oh,
they said our campus is moving, so let us move along with. So we still have them.
Achha.
Yeah, they are still there. So, ma'am, one more question we had was that after a long time now you have decided to come back into academics in full swing. So what keeps you so motivated? We want to know. I mean, with such a long career in academics, and now you are again back full swing into it. So what keeps you? What's the motivation?
Actually, you see, in 23-24, Delhi University Faculty of Technology, they started a new program on B.Tech in 3 branches. Then one of my colleagues, Professor A.K. Tandon, you might be knowing him.
Yes.
He was in the electrical department. So he joined there as an adjunct professor. So last year, he motivated me and said that, ma'am, you aap bhi join kar lo, acha rahega. I was also getting bored at home at that time. So I thought that I will join. So this is how, I joined as an adjunct professor in Faculty of Technology, Delhi University. One more thing I would like to tell you, that DC was right from 1963, it was also a part of Faculty of Technology. We were a part of Delhi University in the sense that examining body was Delhi University, our papers used to come from Delhi University only, and we got our degree also, B.Tech degree, B.Sc, B engineering degree from Delhi University. Even my degree is from Delhi University. It is only after university became autonomous in 2009, then the degree of DTU has started.
Right. So, ma'am, I think I should say that such an honor for Delhi University also to have such an experienced academician to be associated with them. We congratulate them as well as you for that, assignment. And, ma'am, before we move ahead, I would like to tell my audience about this wonderful hobby of yours about painting. It's rare to find an academician who is working full swing in teaching and research to have such, wonderful hobby of painting. So, could we have the honor of probably seeing a few works that you've painted?
Actually, you see, when in 2015 I retired from IGDTUW, then there was a lot of free time with me. And when I was young, I used to do some bit of painting. But in the profession, there was hardly any time to pursue that hobby. So in 2015, I again started painting. So I joined a few art classes for 4-5 months.
Oh, wonderful.
and then I started painting, and I was taking the help of Pinterest application and DIY, do it yourself application.
Right.
So from there I made almost 30-40 paintings. Some of you I would like to show you definitely.
Right, right. And ma'am, I think all the paintings you've shown us are wonderful, and more than that, more than one particular hobby, I want to highlight for my audience that, here is an example of a person who is so dynamic throughout her life that I am amazed to find out that when you found out that, okay, you had some free time at hand, you said you took classes and then you went on for your interest. I mean, that's the attitude one has to have in life, that, there's no way you can stop. You just need to go on, and whatever you do, you just do it wonderfully well in all
When
capacities.
I was taking classes, I was the only one of this age group.
I
There were
can
all
imagine,
small kids,
Right,
for
right,
5, 10 years old, who were taking classes with me.
Yeah, that is the spirit to live, ma'am,
Yeah.
and we totally applaud that, and we really want our audience to learn that, sometimes we see our students in our classes and they say, oh, motivation. And here is an example of a motivation. I don't think we can offer a better example here. So we totally applaud you. We congratulate you on that.
Thank you, Yasha.
And ma'am, as we wind up this session, a very, very important question that I should ask you, and you are the absolute right person that I should ask this from, that how do you see the role and future of women in engineering? Because till now also, we don't see many of them. We see more than what was probably in your time, but we still need to have more. So what do you think is their capacity and their role in future?
I think right now the role of women engineers is increasing day by day. It is as per a data, it says that 30% of women in India are going into the engineering profession, and it is much more than US and UK also.
Wow.
So there is it's very promising. Nowadays you will find that lots of women are working in software companies, hardware companies.
Yes.
And at the same time they are also working in various research labs in DRDO, BARC. In fact, we can also see that very recently in the Chandrayaan and Gaganyaan missions by ISRO, there were a lot of women power who was working behind it.
Right.
Nowadays, of course, the women are heading also many organizations. They are at senior posts also.
Right.
And day by day it is increasing. Women are taking up startups also nowadays, and they are opening their own companies. So there is a lot of chances of growth of India.
Right, ma'am, we absolutely agree with you, and taking your example, how in those hard times when nobody used to go for engineering, you did go for it, and you set up a whole transformative culture there for women in engineering. We would actually like to tell our audience, all the women who are watching this, even all the men who are watching this, that in line with our national vision, this is the time of women empowerment, and there's nothing to stop you. You just need to go for it. That's all.
That is.
So thank you so much, ma'am. As a last question, I just wish for you to give a short message to our students who are watching this podcast. What is your message for them, please?
You see, long back I read a book, Ignited Minds, by Professor Abdul Kalam ji.
Right.
I was very much impressed by that book, and I would like that our students should also read this book. And then there is a message by Professor Abdul Kalam: if you want to glow like sun, you have to burn like sun. So there is no easy path for achievement. If you want to achieve in life and do something, then you have to be very sincere, and you have to be committed to the job you want to do. Right. And hard work is also necessary. And with these three things, you can achieve anything in this life. Nothing is then impossible. And the word impossible itself says that I am possible.
Right.
So this is my message to the students. I wish very good luck to all of them, and very nice future to all my students of DTU.
Thank you so much, ma'am. And as I wind up this session, I think I can very well summarize it by reiterating what you said, that there's really no alternative to hard work and sincerity, a full commitment to whatever you are doing. and you are a living testament of this spirit. And we salute your spirit in making things possible. We salute the spirit of your parents in supporting you wholeheartedly in making these things possible. And on the same message, we request all the women, all the parents of those women, that if they want to chase their dreams, just support them there. And the sky is open for you. There is no limit for you.
No limit.
Thank you so much, ma'am. A pleasure to have you with us today. Thanks a lot for joining us.
Thank you. I'm very happy that you called me here.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.